Horton. Thomas Moore wins.
Hello, everyone, and welcome inside of the Herb Sims Center here in Bluefield, West Virginia. For today, we have the first Bluefield College wrestling duel of the season at home against the Thomas More Saints. Bailey Engel on the call. Glad to have you with us here at the Herb Sims Center. Bluefield College, unfortunately, starting out with a couple of forfeits, so Thomas More will take a 12-0 lead after forfeits at 125 and 133. So we are almost ready for the start of the 141 match between Bluefield College-owned Ethan Young up against Jordan Hoselton of Thomas More.
At 133, we have James Malinga.
James Malinga able to get the Thomas More win to take the lead at 12-0. So here we go, almost ready. Ethan Young, who has been an alternate to go to the NAIA Championship, now back after battling an injury, and he will wrestle up against Jordan Hoselton for the Saints, the sophomore from Chillicothe, Ohio. So no fans allowed in this building. Same place we're going to host the AAC tournament this year. Excuse me. Ethan Young, the brother of Luke Young, the player I just described, or the wrestler I just described to you. Young trying to finish to get the takedown. And there's two. A couple of for Young to start out this duel. Remember, the Rams down in the team score 12-0. Got this timing for you right as well. Trying to go to the outside. Well, we have a couple of forfeits on the docket today, unfortunately, in this duel, but as expected, dealing with COVID, injuries, not making weight. Obviously understandable. Young still in control. Trying to go for the mat return and an escape for Hoselton. Shot in, trying to finish, and Young is able to for a takedown. Wrestlers in attendance today, providing the only crowd noise to a normally very quiet sport anyway. Young trying to run it. As the arm bar, back points coming almost for Young. Counting him off, the official. 1:10 left to go. There's 4 awarded to Young. Taking an 8-1 lead with a minute left to go in the first. Still trying to run it. This might be it for Young. Sinking the shoulder. Hoselton down. Rams trying to cut into this team lead at 12-0 for the Saints. Trying to sink here. Not a lot of moving going on yet for Young or Hoselton. And there's a pin. So Young wraps up a pin victory for Bluefield College. And that will stop our 141 matchup.
At 149, Cameron Baird for Thomas More against Pablo Maltez for Bluefield.
So Maltez for Bluefield, ready to wrestle. Going up against Cameron Baird for Thomas More. The Rams now down by a team score of 12-6. Baird trying to finish. Sprawling back, Maltez, son of Salvadorian immigrants. Got to hear a little bit of that story when we were having the Rise Up Rams campaign. Quick two for Baird. Pablo Maltez trying to rise up. Baird working the arms, the wrist. Oh, and up, and everyone's out. Stopping the clock at 2:08. So a 2-0 lead for Baird. Cameron Baird, the sophomore from Harrison, Ohio, should say that Thomas More located in Cincinnati. Baird keeping the roll 2-0 favor of Thomas More. Back points coming for Baird. Maltez able to roll it out. So they give 4 to Baird. Should be 4. I've yet to award it. Back points seem to be there for Baird. Maltez just trying to get out with a minute left. Well, let's just keep it at 2-0 for now. I think that should be maybe awarded at the end. And there they are, 4. So 6-0. Finally calling it with 40 seconds left. Maltez got up in a seated position, but unfortunately couldn't roll. So coming up next, a ranked matchup at 157. Not going to want to miss that. Wilder Weichman and Creed Lump in 8 versus 12 matchup. Lump being number 12. Maybe one of the best wrestling matches we're going to see today. And stalling called on Maltez. And that is it for the first period. All right, defers are going to go neutral. So 6-0. All right, shoot down. Baird has a quick 2. So 8-0. Trying to sink the head for a pin. Remember, already up 12-0. Maltez's shoulder is down. Flinched out it for a brief moment. Baird has Maltez down. Still waiting, Maltez can't fight out of it, and Baird wraps up another pin victory.
Winner in 149, Cameron Baird.
So Cameron Baird refreshes the team score to 18-6.
Wilder Wichman for Thomas More and Creed Lump for the Rams.
So Weichman and Lump. A ranked matchup today. Knew we were going to see this. Jason Welty, the head coach of Bluefield College, especially excited about this one. Here we go. Shot in for Lump. Christiansburg, Virginia product. Weichman coming from Johnson Creek, Wisconsin. Currently ranked right now number 8 in the country. So Weichman and Lump back up to their feet on after a stalemate. Still even. This dark gym here at Herb Sims Center in Bluefield, West Virginia. First time we have hosted a wrestling duel across the street from Bluefield College. Oh, and a toss. Weichman has Lump down, spins out of it. So a reversal. Lump gets 2, Weichman 2 for the takedown. A quick motion there. Now Lump in control. Trying to get riding time to be a factor. Obviously, Lump starting to control that, trying to chop down Weichman. Weichman up and seated. And able to escape. Trying to work the arms with 1:57. Or excuse me, 45 seconds left. Still in the first period of this ranked matchup. Weichman down. Lump back up as well. No takedown. Remember, the only takedowns was on Weichman's toss. Lump with a reversal out of it. I think they let the clock run a little bit longer than it needed to there. Down to 10 seconds. Weichman, will he shoot before the end of the first period? No. Weichman defers. Lump's going to start down by 1. It'll escape. Lump ties it up at 3-3. Knew that this was going to be maybe one of the highlights of this duel. 12 versus 8. Lump has cracked the top 10 at times this season. On Bluefield College Wrestling with head coach Jason Welty, the George Washington of the program, if you will. And Lump really has the potential to become Bluefield's most decorated wrestler in its short history. Jason Welty saying that Lump has a lot of shots. Battle for who's going to give at the end of the mat. Broken up. Minute 5. Breaking him down. Lump didn't let him take it. Transfer from George Mason. And a snap, no. Weichman. And Lump finish. Weichman attacking back now with 25 seconds. Has Lump in a cradle, breaks out of it, and they call 2 for Weichman. Taking the lead there with a takedown. And Welty is wondering where the 2 is coming from, and I'm sure if there were some Bluefield fans in attendants would probably have to agree. So Lump with a chance to break out here and escape, and he does. So Lump makes it a 1-point match, and we're on to the third period. Otter Weichman choosing down. Riding time not a factor, but Lump with a 12-second lead at that. There's a quick escape for Weichman to take a 2-point lead. I don't think they started the riding time. We're trying to get the clock right. Right now it reads 1:54, an unfortunate break and really a tense match. So now rolling the clock down to 1:45. Lump down by 2, needs a takedown to tie. Minute and a half remaining in the match. Weichman leads by 2, by a takedown. Muzzle blows again. So they awarded a point to Weichman after Lump had hands to the face. Weichman now with another takedown. Already adding the back points. Weichman sinking Lump down to the mat. Could he have a pin here? Steps over to where the back points will be awarded with a minute left to go. Riding time in favor of Weichman as well. This has gone all the way for the Thomas More wrestler. Slings him out of the hold. 4 awarded to Weichman. And then 1 for Lump on the escape. I think they want time to get the score right because it reads 9-5 right now, and that right now the score reads 9-5. Either way, Weichman is going to come away with a big victory here. Unless there's a miracle for Lump. Sprawls back, and that is it. Weichman actually gets another takedown right before the buzzer.
At 1:57, the winner is Wilder Weichman.
I think this So the team score now 22-6 as we move on to 165. Kyle Neal for Bluefield College up against Ryan Drawn. Ryan Drawn already off to a pretty hot start there with a takedown. Oh, disappointing for Bluefield. 22-6 now the score. Nothing as of yet. They want to. Thomas More. Pretty profitable trip from Cincinnati so far. Ethan Young able to get the pin. That's Bluefield's lone win so far in this one. Still 1-2 at 165 here, and Drawn is able to get that. Apologize for the scoreboard here. Now we will get that rectified and correct, so Drawn leads 2-0. About a minute 45 left to go here in this match. Excuse me, in the first period. Now we're all ready. Riding time and advantage now for Drawn. Trying to sink the shoulders still. Neal is in. Back points awarded with a crossface from Drawn. Neal trying to slide out, works back to his stomach. An award 4 to Drawn. About 40 seconds left in the first period. Down to 25 seconds and escape for Neal. Neal, dump down. Drawn, looking for another takedown, already leading 6-1. Firing away at the hips. Down to 3 seconds. That is it for the first period, so on to the second. Neal chooses down. Trying to get some points back, possibly with an escape here. A minute 34 of riding time. Advantage of Drawn right now. Lips out, Neal. Almost able to get the escape. Right now at the 165. Neal still trying to work back up the riding time. Advantage has plowed all the way to 220. I think at 2:21 as the clock stops at a minute 13. So Bluefield College right now down 22-6. Second period of the 165 match. Still the attacking going for Drawn. Neal is having a little bit of trouble getting back to his feet. Down to 40 seconds. It has been almost 2 minutes of straight control for Drawn, leading 6-1. As the armbar, ooh, that's got to be almost potentially dangerous. 28 seconds, has him flipped. Back points coming for Drawn. Neal. That shoulder almost sunk down. Drawn holding on. 14 seconds. Neal flips over. Does not help him. 10 seconds now. Drawn nearly has another pin to make it 28-6. And there it is. So 28-6. Advantage of Thomas More right now. So Drawn wins at 165. And we're going to have a forfeit here at Luke Young. So makes it 28-12. And we'll move on to 184, Francisco Vasquez and Dylan Mosher.
At 184, for Thomas More, Dylan Mosher, and for the Rams, Francisco Vasquez.
So Vasquez up against Mosher. Already a shot for Mosher. Trying to finish. Still nothing there. In the first period with 2:40 left to go. There it is. So 2-0 in advantage of Mosher, another sophomore from Wright in Cincinnati. (28-12), the advantage in the team score. Rams with some pivotal matches, going to need some pins. Trying to keep this one close, moving on, down by 16. And riding time starting to pile up in the first period for Mosher. About 1:50 left. Already has nearly eclipsed the riding time. Vasquez fighting up to his knees. Vasquez up to his knees. Trying to turn. Down to 1:12 left in the first. Mosher. The armbar. Vasquez has really yet to fight up. Still trying to run something with the control of the Vasquez's wrist. Rolling them over again, taking the big steps. Now with all this leading 2-0. And double arm bars. Has them locked. The underhook. Vasquez got out. Not a clean escape yet. Couldn't get back up to his feet. Now there he is. Vasquez, after all of that, can cut the lead in half. And pulled back down with 20 seconds left. Riding time is now up to 2 minutes, 23 seconds. Down to 7 seconds. Vasquez trying to peel him off with 2 seconds left. And they call locking on Mosher, so there's one awarded to Vasquez anyway. So Mosher with 2 minutes and 39 seconds of riding time. He took down Vasquez 21 seconds in and controlled the entire time. So Vasquez starts down. And we have started the second period. By the way, team score 28-12. Vasquez almost up. Oh, Mosher has done such a good job of keeping Vasquez's chances of getting an escape point at bay. The only point he's had is from a locking on Mosher. Minute 13 left. Riding time up to 3.5 minutes. And a stalling called on Vasquez, awarded to Mosher. And a 3-1 lead. Vasquez up, seated, trying to peel out with a switch here. No. 35 seconds left. So in the second period. Another stalling. Mosher awarded a 4-1 lead. Up and seated again. Can Vasquez explode? Up on 2 feet. There it is. Vasquez, after all of that, with a takedown, can tie it up. Of course, riding time, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That is it for the second. We are on to the third, 4-2. But 4 minutes, 30 seconds of riding time awarded to Mosher. So there is no way that that will not be an advantage here at the end with only 2 minutes left. So Vasquez and his team down 28-12. Quick slide in for Mosher. Vasquez sprawling back. Mosher trying to dump over for 2. Still no control as of yet, says the referee. Might be a stalemate coming here. Unless Mosher's able to work out of it. Vasquez with his hip down. Referee encouraging them to work on. Minute 20 left. Still no 2. And there it is, 2 for Mosher. Vasquez trying to get up. Crash down back to the mat for Mosher. Minute left. And Vasquez escapes for 1. 50 seconds left. A lot needs to happen for Vasquez to make this a match. "25 seconds. Down to 15. Cisco Vasquez with a hold of the head. Nothing. Everyone seems too high now. Trying to go for the toss. Down to 5 seconds with a trip there. Mosher will hold on to win 6-3. Make it actually 7-3 with the riding time applied. And 184 all done as we move on to 197. So now the score after that decision, 31-12 in favor of Thomas More. So 31-12. There's your team score on the board for you. Thomas More leading in this one. Bluefield College with a win at 141 and another forfeit. So here we are at 197. Zachary Silver, guy who started at 149 last year, now wrestling at 197. And talking to head coach Jason Welty about it, he said that Zachary is not under 150 right now, but still certainly that's a big way to wrestle up to this weight class. Going up against Mayer. And a quick 2. And a pin for Mayer. So quickly at 197, you can expect that with someone wrestling way up here. So Jackson Bass ready to wrestle for Bluefield College. So Jackson Bass, the freshman from Alabama, up against Joseph Wall. State champion in Alabama. Jackson Bass, a big recruit for Jason Welty. Trying to go for the toss already. Both of them. Bass backing up. Over the takedown, Wall. Able to get it there. Bit of a delayed call as expected. So 2-0 in favor of Wall. Joe Wall, the sophomore from Batavia, Ohio. Our final match. So Thomas More will wrap up a victory here on the team score, but can Bass give Bluefield College only its second competitive win today? Remember, one of those was a forfeit. Ethan Young, the only win for Bluefield College over Jordan Hoselton and a pin at 141. Luke Young, his brother, winning at 174. Minute 13, already a minute 20 of riding time. The advantage for Wall. Breaking out of it. Bass trying to flip over. And up to his feet for one. Trying to take him down again. A bit of an awkward position and gave up 2 for Wall. Another roll. No, he didn't give up 2. Give it 2 for Bass. Wow. After a tumultuous couple of seconds, working for the pin now. Bass. They get the pin. Wall flips over. And a pin for Wall. Bass nearly had it. Wall rolled over. And another victory for Thomas More, wrapping up an impressive showing by the Saints here in the first home duel of the season. So Thomas More able to wrap up a victory. And we will be back with a quick interview with the head coach, Jason Welty. So take a break, come back here, and that is it for our duel at the Herb Sim Center. You're still tuning in here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, waiting for the interview with head coach Jason Welty. We do have that interview coming up for you right after this exhibition match that was decided upon about 2 minutes after the end of the 285 match between Jackson Bass. But final score in this one, Thomas More able to win 42-12, and that is it as well. So we're going to have Jason Welty in just a moment to talk about this first duel of the season here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. All right, a final score in this one, 43-12, first duel of the year. A tough one for the Rams today. And, Coach, I just want to hear what you had to make of that.
We've just come back from this weekend. We wrestled the number 1, number 7, number 14. We knew exactly what we were getting into when we went there. Some of those guys we were wrestling, we were swinging above our weight, and that's okay because we had some guys that were we really wanted to see some of those really the high-ranked matchups. Unfortunately, today, that's not what we expected to see. We really expected to see some good recovery. We wrestled some really tough guys, like I said, this weekend, so I expected to see some adjustments, and we just did not make those adjustments for today. We came out really flat, just no creativity in our wrestling, not getting to our finishes, and not moving on bottom. We really didn't even have an opportunity to wrestle on top too much today. We're just a little flat. We're definitely not where we want to be, obviously. We've got this Friday, we've got Tuesday that we'll be wrestling again, and then after that, it's into the conference. So we are kind of down on the bottom peak of where we want to peak. We're not ready to peak yet. This is kind of one of the downturns. But I still expect that we're going to finish shots. I still expect that we're going to be aggressive on our setups, and I still expect that we're going to move on bottom. So definitely not where we want to be right now.
Well, you did have a win at 141 with Ethan Young, only pin victory today for Bluefield College. What did you like out of what he did on the mat?
Yes, he came out very aggressive, which actually was a different swing from the rest of the team. He was actually a little bit tentative this weekend when we hit some of the bigger matches. So he came out with some great adjustments. He got straight to his attacks. He got low. Previously in the week, his hands were wandering a little high in our hand fights and was kind of leaving himself open. Today he got his hands low and got right into his attacks. He's gotten steadily better on top as he's gone. You could see that today, that he just had really good rides on top, was able to stay in control. So he's worked really hard at making those adjustments, and we definitely saw those today from him.
Focusing on the positives today, Ethan Young with the win at 141. Coach, good luck on Friday. We'll be back broadcasting here at the Herb Sims Center. Final score of this one, Bluefield College drops a 43-12 duel to Thomas More. For Jason Welty, I'm Bailey Engel saying so long from the two Virginias.